Um, if you look at our strategy map, you will see that we have 5 strategic goal areas. Inside each goal area is a strategic objective. Most of them have 3. Reliable organization has 4. All of that is to help get us to the same point. So the idea is that if we're working towards something, we ought to know what that is. And so all those strategic objectives, 16 of them, are helping us get to one place. And that one place right now is what we call the overriding objective. It's on top of all those strategic objectives. And so that's to get to a CCRPI of 70. And so if we're saying that we want to have students master content, if we're saying we want them to increase graduation rates, to be post-school ready, then if those 3 things happen, then we have a good chance of improving CCRPI. And I need to tell people the goal is to get to 70 this year or next year, whenever we do. But once we get there, that overriding objective will then change to something else, so that as a person is implementing their own version of the strategic plan, whether it's to increase the number of students in school each day, or if it's to get students reading on grade level, if they have a question about do I do A or do I do B, they need to think about that overriding objective. What are we really trying to do? We're trying to get an increased CCRPI. Sure. So don't get overly concerned about that.
Okay.
I know that part of our exam that we use is to have people write out what's on the strategy map. I won't have people write that out. But what I'm attempting to do is just recognize that you only have 100% of your effort that you can put out. And so if you add all those numbers up, it should add up to 100% of effort. So what we've done over the last 3 years is we've worked a lot on the bottom part of the strategy map. And so you're going to see those are some small numbers for what we're doing. Where we're going to be putting the majority of our efforts is going to be where you now see higher numbers, like in be a PLC, no technology. And then moving on up. So that's just a way of saying, a different way of looking at priorities. Where are we going to be putting time and effort? So truthfully, if you look at where we are, if we're talking about doing well on the milestones, if we're talking about getting students reading on grade level, all of that's teaching and learning. And so you guys are the ones who are supposed to help schools understand how best to close their knowing doing gap. You're supposed to be the experts. You're supposed to be coaches of the coaches. You're supposed to be the one that can become those internal experts that we have, so that when schools have questions, they know who they can go to. And so I'm hoping that you guys will be at the tip of the spear to help provide reliable support to schools as they help us close that knowing doing gap. And if you go back and look at the other question, what you'll see is that that's where a large part of our effort is going to go now. So if people want to know how to be a PLC, if they want to know how to do standards-based classrooms, I'm hoping you guys are going to help them understand that.